what's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games BS. Damn, I keep forgetting. I will handle. Twitter will be back up and running. But yeah, the sports thing. But you want to know something cool though about actual Twitter? When you take a YouTube link and you create like a post for it, it like will let you watch YouTube show from the. I noticed that with Freddie, and then when I did it yesterday, for those who don't know, if you want to go watch the riveting world of girls flag football, we streamed the game today. Girl, like Sanaa, Sanaa was balling, dog. Y'all go see my goddaughter number 3. Like, she's a beast off that edge. Like, I couldn't have another. Like, here's the reason why. Just watching my goddaughters play, it innately makes a man want to spend money. Like, I don't want to spend money on none of y'all women. But I would love, like, just watching Sanaa go, and then Vanny and everybody else, like, watch, like the other one, like Scott got me. Like the youngest one, Scott knows she got me wrapped around her. Like, I don't even want to be around Scott. Like, if she asked me for candy, ice cream, to go in 5 and below, she already knows what Uncle James wants to see. She showed, like, she didn't even, like, she went and showed me her track meet. It showed me her balling. Like, and it just initially just maybe, I'm like, nah, I don't. Trey asked me for something. No. Kai got me a little bit, but Killer, I could give Killer a little bit of a no. My goddaughters, man, it make me, you know what? How many views do we need to get in order to get there? But anyways, and then Terrence and T Free, his daughters, so we interviewed Evie, the oldest one, who's probably one of the best basketball players in the area, going to Tennessee Tech. They played each other, so both played Mandarin. So I got a chance to see 2 of them go head to head, and it was just funny. Nah, Londa, you ain't got to check your language watching them. They know everybody know how they goddaddy talk. Hey, shoot, but I appreciate the watches, and we're gonna try to get them versus St. Augustine next week. We're gonna try to get a lacrosse game next week. We're going to try to get some more things going on in that world, and as far as girls flag goes, as we venture into the things. Obviously, we'll have the Mandarin Trinity spring football game that we will stream as well. But it was it's fun watching them compete, even though it's really bad football. But like, it's not. But it's good. But like, I can see where the sport's gonna go as they keep getting better. They just need some guidance and some coaching. But anyway, so I forgot where we were going with that. But we talked about that. Jib said, "What's the topic of the day?" A lot of different topics. We have to talk. I don't know what all Jaden put on there, but I'm gonna go look. We got a lot of FSU news. It's Bowles football. Sportsmart put his Bowles football. Bowles will be good. They still got it depends on what Asher and what Xander do. And they got this cold ass Pilgrim. I can't think of his name. What's the white boy name? They got cold ass wide receiver. That's a white boy. They didn't even get a chance to showcase, but he might be going back to Ponte Vedra. Bowles is always going to be well disciplined. Going to be a good good program. They won't be anywhere near as good as they were last year, but their division in football has gone down. As well. So, but we got some things. Damn it, got 7-on-7 drama. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's just jump into it. We'll talk about a bunch of different topics, but let's start the show off the way we start off every show, with the word of prayer.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. God
All right, Jaden, let's go ahead and tell us what we got today.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another morning edition of Big Games BS here on Friday, March 27th. This is your first time at the show. Welcome. And if you're wondering why it's called Big Games BS, it's because we bring the good, the bad, and the BS of the sports world, especially football, to your screens, eyes, and ears. First things first, we got an MFTK segment to get to before we discuss the highly discussed FSU topic that's been circulating the internet. Then we're gonna go to an op and discuss a former Florida quarterback discussing his time at the school. Then we got some more college news as well, ranging from players to programs. Before we get into our NFL portion of the day, gonna start with the Jaguars and just touch up on some news, some retirement news as well, and we're gonna finish off the show with our Big Games BS section of the day, where we bring the scope of the conversation outside of the typical football world, and we have our BS or bussin' food review segment to discuss. But first things first, we have our MFTK segment to discuss, and it is the first official and it is the save the date event for Monday, June 8th, 2026, the first MFTK golf tournament.
Yeah, we again, just to try to add all of the different things that we're going to be doing in the calendar year, just all the things that are surrounded with MFTK. So we want to have a good time. I mean, sign up again. We're going to really press it heavy in April. Like once May comes, we up in the prices, man. Like this is a good ass golf course. You want to just come hang out. If you want to come volunteer, make sure you hit me up. Let us know. If you want to sponsor, hit us up. Let us know. The goal is to sell it out. 120 golfers total. People having a great time. You know it's going to be good spirits because we're going to have cigars. We're going to have all of these different things. I just need, the venue is there. The stuff is there. Life is tough. So let's have fun while we're going through these uncertain times and going through all of that stuff right there. So that's basically all we got with that. I mean, hell, especially for next year, some of the things we want to add to specifically the 7-on-7 thing, or even some things that I might want to add as far as community outreach and stuff like that. It all starts with funds. You have to have money. It takes about on the low end just to do some of the things that we do just with 7-on-7. It takes about $100,000 to $150,000 to be able to do it effectively. So when you add the other different things, we want to add girls 5-on-5 and girls flag, boys flag. We want to add some of these different things. It's really the events and getting the guys there. So time, talent, treasure. If you don't have the treasure, you have the time to volunteer, or you have the talent. The talent means your expertise or what you could bring to the table as far as like businesses and stuff like that. Hell, I always joke with people, if your company, a lot of companies have match programs. Or up to. So like if you have a match program and I rock with you, man, just let me know. Because you know what I want to do? If it's like, if you just say, James, I don't have any bread to be able to give you, but my company does have a match program, you show me the stuff, and let's say it's up to $500. I'll slide you the $500 just so we can get the $500 from your company. That's your donation right there to us. So like there's ways to do it if you want to be creative and you want to be able to, help that next generation of jits be able to do what they need to do. So that's what we're doing on the foundational.
Let's get into the real news. I know you wanted to discuss, didn't have the show on Wednesday, so we weren't able to keep up with the recent resurgence of the FSU fan base on Twitter. But James, I'm just going to say one name and one name only, and that is Chris Nee.
Oh, man. My God, too.
Well, man, he is going through the ringer because he misquoted four-star cornerback prospect Isaiah Vickers by apparently saying the practice was, quote, essentially mediocre, unquote. And then Ronald Vickers, Isaiah's father, took to the internet and retweeted, quote tweeted this: "My son did not say that about a program he grew up loving, period." And then the Vickers family actually went on a friend of the show's podcast, CJ Wilson, and cleared up the misquote by Chris Nee, by the misconstrue of Chris Nee. And also, James, I don't know if you saw this, but he actually posted this as well, saying, quote,
Before we get in, do you have the original? Do you have that, like what Chris actually posted on 247?
no, I don't have the original post, no.
All right.
But while we get that, I just want to read this quote: "I deleted the Isaiah Vickers post because it is turning into something that wasn't intended by me and is unfair to him. He was discussing the coaches getting on to the players for good and for bad during the practice he viewed. He used in describing some of the day's actions. I use essentially mediocre to describe that brief comment in a 2-minute interview."
All right. So one, I want to say this. Chris Nee been doing this since forever, right? Chris Nee, we were in college at the same time. Chris covered me in college at War Chant. I want to say this. I think me and Chris got a son the same age. I think his wife is amazing. Chris is an amazing beat writer. And for the vast majority of time, Chris has always been above board and been one of those guys that you can just like when he types something, you know it's gonna be what it is, right? It's it becomes I don't want everybody to. I've been there before, right? People who follow me, and then again, mine was like it's true until it's not. And what's crazy is, but this lets you know also when you have a battery behind you, and people like but again, Chris done a lot of good work, so Chris does not deserve all of the vitriol that he's getting. He did something that a lot of his colleagues at 247 and other people do all the time. Like I'm going to be a Chris Nee apologist. I'm also going to tell the truth or give my opinion of the facts in which they were presented. Even before this came out, right? I already kind of knew it was some bullshit. And I'll tell you why I knew it was some bullshit. It was bullshit because that is career suicide for a kid. Like, to say a practice was mediocre, like, and you're a 4-star prospect, while he is a good prospect, like, that's just not good PR for a kid. Like, nobody's going to allow for that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's just not a good look. And so let's get that part first. I wish he wouldn't have retracted it in the manner in which he retracted it, because it still didn't make it any better. To quote, and also, by the way, have you seen Kanye? Y'all seen Kanye's dropping new music? Oh, hey, it's hot. It's hot. But the quote, old Kanye, right? Don't ever fix your lips like collagen to say something where you gonna end up apologizing. And it went viral. Message board. This is why message boards are ran the way they're ran, and they don't like people screenshotting stuff. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it worked. And I'm gonna tell you why it worked. It worked because it got all the clicks. Rivals screenshot it. Rival fan bases did this. They put it out there to say, see, we told y'all Mike mid, blah, blah, blah. And then the retraction got the same amount of stuff. And to quote a guy in TJ Pittenger, and what they used to do in the Big Three roll-up when they used to have it, hater clicks count too. So unfortunately, it doesn't get you on. It doesn't like get the same amount. It doesn't clean up anything. And all in all, it was a 16-year-old boy that kind of got attacked with it. And now it looks like, and he's a local kid, goes to my alma mater, probably will be playing with MFTK. I actually talked to his dad on, it was Tuesday, right? Yeah. And I talked to his dad on Tuesday about, coming on board and playing with us. But, it's, hold on.
All right, so we're going to come back to this topic in a little bit, but let's move on and discuss some more news while James is on the phone. You're just muted. You're just muted.
Check.
I can hear Miles, but
yeah. Oh, now we're good.
Right.
Now we're good. We're good. I don't know what happened. But hold on, I'm gonna play the audio. And I'm gonna play the audio. And then we're gonna go back and read what Chris said. And then we're gonna go back into this. Oh, my bad. I gotta unmute my phone.
So what did you think of practice overall?
I loved it. Very high energy. First day back from spring break, but they still got to work and got to it.
Who's your person here? Like, who is it that you're very close to on staff that you've gotten to build a relationship with?
Coach Moss and really Coach Duval. I've really gotten into a really good relationship with them too, and starting to build one with Coach Blue as we speak.
What is Blue, Coach Adams, like?
Very good. A great guy. He's just going to push you. He's going to push you. He's going to push you.
When you come back here, when do you intend to come back here again?
I don't know. Whenever I have free time. It's right here, so
do you think you're going to try to see it on spring practice or probably not?
Probably, maybe, just depending on the schedule.
When you come back, what is it that you still want to see? Obviously, you're very familiar with the place, with it being down the road for you.
Just to see how the coaches and the players deal with the good and the bad. Like today was kind of, so they did.
So you go to spring, say no.
Mississippi State, Ole Miss.
So what he did was he took liberties, and he said he loved it. He said the energy was good. He basically did, again, if you know ball, it's a spring practice. Anybody in the comments, what do I always say? about spring games, kindergarten graduation, and Easter speech. Like, there are practices where you're going to have super intensity and everybody's going to be banging out. I don't even think they were in full pads at that point. So you're even in that, you protect the kid because there's more to it than that. And again, Chris is a really, really good reporter. But this is he's not a clickbait reporter. I want to put that out there, but they're in a that's what generates your profit. That's what gets your subscriptions. That's what gets you pub. That's what gets a lot of different things. And I just think, there are things that probably should be reported and things that shouldn't be reported. And I think you could have just left it out like that, but what could have been an opportunity, like CJ Wilson took the greatest opportunity to be able to go out there and let the kid. And this is why I do what I do. I don't want to ever put a kid in a bad situation because one, they're not trained in media. And number two, I don't ever want their word. I don't ever want to put words in their mouth. That's why as a former athlete, that's been in that situation, I don't ever want to put them in a bad light. And you have to protect the kid. That's why, when people come out at me, I'm like, yo, I am so pro athlete. That is probably because I know how this game is. I know what it's a blip in time. We'll move on and we'll say other different things, but this might be what that kid is remembered as. And what happened was immediately there were the people who hate Mike Norvell that jumped on this. And Mike's over there like, yo, what did he say fuck me for? Basically he taking hits for no reason. And it could affect the kid's recruitment. That's the biggest thing, is it could affect the kid's recruitment. It could make the kid seem like an entitled jerk. It could make the kid seem like, I don't want to be involved with a kid like that. But that's not what that kid is. Let me tell you, that's a preacher's kid. Just a good all-around kid. And I think if we went less for this, I think Florida State, this is why I say Florida State is just in a toxic place, in a toxic space. When it comes to fandom, when it comes to, and it's all because of 7 wins. And people act like other programs haven't been through the situations that Florida State has been through. We're 3 years removed from an undefeated regular season, guys, and it stings. We're also still not that far removed from a national championship. Our rivals haven't had it, and Miami does seem like they're cooking, but it always seemed like they're cooking. I always joke people, when has Miami not recruited well? They still haven't put up anything since I was a senior in high school. That was the last time Miami won a championship. And you're competing against Ghost. Ride it out. Things come in waves. Things are cyclical. Maybe Mike will be here. Maybe he won't. Be loyal to the logo. Take the good with the bad. Season ticket renewals are already taking place right now. So, get your vibes up, guys. I probably won't be able to go to games, as many games as I want this fall because of responsibilities. I'll still be trying to send people to games. But at the end of the day, the day gonna end. So like just chill out with it. Like we over here worried about the wrong shit. Like we'll be fine. Still, like you're worried about people complaining about baseball games when Savannah Bananas is lit. And if you don't like it, it's not everything in the world ain't for you. The team is going to be fine. They'll probably win 7 to 8 games. And it's still not a lot of other shit that you could do on a Saturday, which the only thing I'm mad about, and I'll always be mad about this, we play entirely too many Friday games. So, on to the next thing.
DJ Lagway, former Florida quarterback, spoke on his time down in Gainesville. So, according to USA Today Sports, I'm going to read the caption. DJ Lagway was the #1 QB in his recruiting class, but self-induced isolation and a run of injuries derailed his Florida career. Quote, I was in a bubble down there. I didn't feel like a normal person. I didn't even know what campus looked like. I was really closed off. I didn't really hang out with my teammates. Yeah, I was depressed. I just stayed in my own lane, stayed out of the way, unquote.
Big time recruit, big time program, big time expectations, big time money put behind them. From Texas, goes to Podunk, Florida, Central Florida. I can believe all of that. That's that whole would you rather cry in a shack or in a mansion? Like, I get it. And depression, I get it. Like, you're losing, you're hurt. You have all these expectations put on you. 100% get where he's coming from. 100% don't care, though. This is why I say get a shrink. Get your kids a shrink. I will 100%, probably by the time, not this year, but the next year, I'm going to force Trey to try to go start talking to people. Because you have no idea how these guys are going to process things. For those who want to know how quick airports go, I just got Bryson's on his way to Dallas for OT7, and Colby just said the fastest walkthrough in airport history he just had. I also think a lot of people are about to avoid the airport because of all of the other different things. So it might make flights cheaper and more convenient. So for the time being until they take a step out. But like going back to Lagway, I don't think people take one of the things that people do, in particular with black athletes. I say black athletes, this is athletes in general. I just only care about the sports where there happen to be a lot of black athletes. Nobody's doing this with baseball, right? Tennis probably has a similar thing with it. But when it comes to football, basketball, these guys make the same amount of mistakes as normal teenagers, because 18, 19, you're a teenager when you go to college. Young men nonetheless, they make the same mistakes that a lot of young men make. But because there is the idea of influence and affluence, people make you older than what you really are. And have expectations of a professional on you when you just got done with prom. So you have a higher level of scrutiny. And then, like, when I was in college, when I was in sports management, I wrote a paper about what pro was eventually becomes college, and what college was eventually becomes high school, and so on and so on. I wrote this back in 2003. The level of media exposure that these young men have is the amount of people that could touch them, whether it be mentally, physically, or emotionally, is just entirely too much. We were not designed to be able to have this many interactions with people. And it's hard to cut off or differentiate the positive from the negative. And I deal with it myself. Sometimes it just becomes overwhelming and you just want to break, especially when nothing feels like it's going your way. You aren't winning. People have these unrealistic national championship expectations that have been put on you. When the reality is you've won 3 natties in your over 100 years of existence, meaning you win the national championship once every 30 years on average. But people think you should be winning a natty every year. And you're not. You're not even getting prepared to be a division. You're competing for top 4, top 5 in your division. And people are saying that their whole weekends are ruined because you stink and you're not from here. You don't understand the culture. And a lot of the stuff probably isn't your fault because we talked about this throwing motion before and it never got better. So I feel sympathy and empathy for the young man. So I hope, I don't care now that he's not at Florida, but I hope nothing but the best for him. It doesn't look like he's getting much better at Baylor, but you know. Oh, Jaden got bumped. But just like even going with this, you know, just it's all interesting. It's all for naught. Like, I mean, the kid is still like at a certain time, like what I would be telling them is like, hey man, it may work out, may not work out. At the end of the day, you still got a chance to make 6 figures for 2 to 3 years. And everything is going to work itself out. You're still living the life better than most people. You'll get a degree paid for, and life is like Future and like when Future and Drake were hanging out. You know, it's cool. Got red bottoms on. Life is good. You know what I mean? That's what you got to say when you get your bread. So, or you could be, you know, like TJ Finley. Like trying to work. My bad. Good thing. Georgia State transfer QB TJ Finley has decided to enter the workforce. If somebody drafts him, I would be so mad. That would be something we look for. Make sure we pay attention to that. If TJ Finley is indeed drafted, we need to have a whole show dedicated to why NFL GMs, why you can be an NFL GM from the side. Yeah, well, that's Malik Willis actually kind of performed a little bit this year in Green Bay.
Yeah.
And he wasn't bad in college. I don't know what TJ Finley has been to 6 schools. This is where Biggie and Flavor, don't be mad. UPS is hiring. Needs to come in, even though UPS is really good. By the way, it's time to hang it up, man. But if he gets drafted, he gets drafted. But like, you can't just keep doing that. Like Sportsman, he's going to be a great GA. He's got so much. He's got so much experience in like different systems that he should be. Matter of fact, speaking of guys like that, is what's the dude? The guy who came over and basically started the depression cycle for Florida State. DJ Ugalele. Hey, I'm not mad at you. Just a little darker, a little shorter. But DJ Ugalele, I know he got picked up as an undrafted free agent, but I don't think he made a squad though. But yeah, man, that's it's just time to move on to something else, son.
TJ Finley did go to 7 colleges during his collegiate.
7 colleges. Jesus.
Yep. And yes, DJ Uyunglele is on the Chargers practice squad as well. So, James, what do you think about the triple digit numbers at the Syracuse Orangemen practice? So there are countless numbers of players who are rocking the triple digit numbers at their practices. I think I saw you respond to this on your own personal X account, but I wanted to hear what you had to say, what you thought about the triple digits.
This shows that a lot of people really don't pay attention to shit. And what I mean by that is they've never put it on a jersey per se. I wish I had I gotta go find them. But like, so that's how they differ. That's how they, like, a lot of schools have been using this system for years. You know how you have 2 players on the same team with the same number? Because you can't do this in a game, right? But like, you can't, the rule is you can't have 2 players on the field at the same time. Excuse me, with the same number. But like, let's say Jalen Ramsey wears 5, and Jalen Ramsey, let's say Jalen Ramsey would have wore 5 and Jameis Winston wore 5. One of them would be number 5 in the catalog, and then one of them will be like 105. And they both get the 5 jersey, but like your shorts may say 105, or they may say another number. A lot of times walk-ons get this, and we used to call it the Century Club. Because when you got them 3 digits, like, they knew you were more than likely a walk-on. And you were basically practice squad for college, if you will. So there's nothing new about this if you've actually paid attention to college football for, I don't know, the better part of a century. It's just sensationalizing, and Fran Brown doing what Fran Brown does. Everybody got to earn everything around here. The one thing I'm getting tired of that's getting old is the motivational goddamn speeches that college coaches are giving right now. Like, everything is earned. Like, we get it. Everything is earned by the nature of the fucking sport. But some of this stuff is just everyday household, normal football organizational structure things. And just say it ain't no news here. It's like another common example, even if it was something to put people in a doghouse to earn something. It's like when Florida State does their drills, right? Their what do they call? We call them mad drills, whatever the fuck they call it. Tour duty, right? There's different jersey colors. If you have an orange jersey, that means you're in the shit house. So if like one of the star players wears an orange jersey, it ain't nothing to write home about. It just means the coaches are probably trying to prove a point to him. But in a slow news cycle, boring ass university to cover, because Syracuse hasn't been anything since the brief blip with Donovan McNabb. Trying to think if there's somebody else that I missed that Syracuse had that just made you just be like, oh, okay, Syracuse, man, I gotta watch Syracuse. I mean, they had a good season 2 years ago, but like, they're still not like that. I just think people need to like, I mean, I guess, like I said, it's a non-story. Century Club, that's just what it is.
It looks like Senator Tommy Tuberville has introduced some new eligibility limits. So let's see what Senator Tommy Tuberville has proposed. So he has been involved in college sports, and in DC, this was March 24th, he introduced a new college sports bill that would set eligibility limits at 5 consecutive years to play 5 consecutive seasons. Athletes could transfer once, but additional transfers would require sitting out a year. So, James, what do you think of this proposed eligibility limit by Senator Tommy Tuberville?
That's actually not bad. I think giving them 5 years to play is cool. I don't like it takes away injury. The problem with rules like that is it does take away for the nuance. I like what Toby always says. Instead of having rules, we need to have guidelines. And if people would just follow the guidelines, it actually gives you wiggle room to not be a dick for people who have real life situations, like real things that happen. But I'm not opposed to the transfer portal. I think you should only get a chance to transfer once, unless a coach is fired or unless there's a head coaching change. And I believe I will never not believe that should be the way that you should do things.
Toosi is officially on a roster, James. Yes, he is officially on the LSU football roster. It is officially official. Rivals posted it first, and they noted that he is the 26-year-old freshman rapper.
That's
And
what Tommy should. This is what Tommy Tuberville should be coming at.
You can see his picture right here. Najor Granger, freshman wide receiver. Yes, it is real. I looked on the LSU website. You will find him down at the bottom, number 89. I think his measurables are 5'8", but introducing your new 26-year-old freshman LSU wide receiver. Man.
Number is it 89 in your media guide, number 1 in your heart?
As a former college football player, James, if you were on that LSU squad and you had to suit up with Toosi, are you mad? Are you mad at the program for doing the social media thing? Are you disappointed in the LSU football program? What would you feel like if you saw Toosi practicing with your guys?
Yeah, he ain't playing no damn. I don't really, like that's all just this is all show. So it's like when who was the country music star that practice with us? They told us not to be damn it, I can't remember his name. But I know it was. I know the one. It wasn't the one I would know. It wasn't Garth Brooks. Actually, hold on one second. I got it.
Let's get into some Jaguars news. So, any of my Jaguars fans in here, you are definitely aware of the drop epidemic we had as an organization last season. And that is why we decided to go and acquire the former Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver Jacoby Myers, one who is prone to have little to no drops in his NFL career. So, let's take a look at the most regular season team drops this past season. The Jaguars were 1 with 48, Broncos and Bears were tied with 38. The Rams and the Jets finished off the top 5 of this list. But with the Jaguars, they had a horrible start to the season in terms of drops. There was a lot of discourse around the hospital ball situation. There was a lot of concerns about Brian Thomas Jr. and off the field issues that could have been displayed on the field with his lack of catches, and things weren't flowing for the Jaguars, but they soon picked it up. And with that acquisition of Jacoby Myers, things turned around quite smoothly for the Jags. So next year, I am definitely positive that we won't be at the top of this list with everything going the way it went this past season. All cylinders are moving and clicking, and I can't wait to see this number drop, because, man, almost 50 drops in one season is a hard stat to try and stomach. So I just want to congratulate the Jags for rebounding and showing us what it really looks like on the receiving tip for the receivers to thrive and flourish. So I just wanted to shout out Parker Washington for doing his thing, Jacoby Myers, and BTJ for coming back in the season and turning his season around. So shout out to those guys for sure. For sure. And let's get another statistic courtesy of Sleeper Jaguars in this mix. So, this was an issue, a topic for the Jaguars and for any team who drafted Travis Hunter. We know how he wanted to play both sides of the ball because he was so successful in college, the Heisman winner. And let's take a look at his snap counts from last year. So this post right here is the regular season snap counts from last year's draft class for the Jags. Since Travis Hunter does play both ways, it's no surprise he had 489 total snaps, even though he dealt with injury and missed a substantial amount of games. But he was over Rayon Lane, LaQuint Allen, Jonah Monheim, Tutton, Kaiser, Millam, Ransaw, and McLeod. But Travis Hunter, James, if you had your GM hat on, James, what would you do with the Travis Hunter experiment moving forward with this short but first year of action on the field, especially in terms of snap counts, injuries, recovery, because that is a lot on your body. This isn't college anymore. You're playing in the big leagues.
I'm gonna say this. I would probably put him on that corner and weave him in selectively on offense. That'd probably be the easier thing. It's harder. It's believe it or not, like you gotta know your stuff. And defense is a communication thing. A lot of times when you see blown coverages, it has nothing to do with skill and everything to do with the guys not communicating with each other because they're not used to playing. So like if you and you can't get coached up. So you put specific packages in for Travis on offense and you're much better. But like it's a reason why you don't see a lot of two-way players. Not just the physicality, the mental side of it. It's a lot. It's a lot to go into it. And everybody who keeps saying he can do it are guys who he's been doing it since elementary school. We all did it in elementary school. We all did it in high school. I played both ways in high school. When I went to college, I couldn't do it. It's what happens is eventually each level, the elite pool gets tighter. So when you're literally going up elite against elite, you can't, it's impossible to be great when you have to still exert that much energy. So you just gotta like chill out. And like I said, I don't know why guys feel the way they feel with this stuff.
It looks like Travis Kelce has signed a contract with the Kansas City Chiefs. So let's take a look at the numbers. So Travis Kelce signed a 3-year, $54.735 million deal that can be worth up to $57,735,000. It is an average of $18,245,000 average, done by agent Mike Simon. So year one is $12 million plus $3 million in incentives for the Pro Bowl tight end. So it looks like he's getting really that chicken.
Cheap, but when your wife is when your old lady a billionaire, like it just it doesn't matter. Kudos to him. Love City Boys up.
Congrats to Travis Kelce. And for all my fantasy owners out there, please don't get confused and pick the wrong B. Robinson at running back for the Falcons, because the Falcons are signing running back Brian Robinson to a 1-year, $2.5 million
It's the one who
deal.
got shot, right?
Yes, I believe he
Yeah.
did get shot.
Coldest comeback.
Shout out to him. Yeah, shout out to Brian Robinson. But the Falcons have 2 B. Robinsons on their roster at running back. So for all my fantasy players out there, make sure you guys are picking the right B. Robinson for your squad, because, man, Bijan is a killer. So shout out to him. And we're going to go back to the Jaguars for a little quick moment, because there was some talk about Jake Bobo, and the Seahawks actually matched Jacksonville's offer sheet to Jake Bobo. So Bobo is now staying in Seattle on a 2-year, $5.5 million deal that includes $4.5 million guaranteed. So just wanted to update anybody out there, for all of my Jags fans out there, and for all of the new Seattle bandwagon fans out there as well. So, James, we went to the Adidas event in the Super Bowl for 2025, and it looks like Adidas is announcing their rookie class. So they have announced the signings of 14 players to its 2026 NFL rookie class. You have Mendoza, the Heisman winner, Avell Reese, Carnell Tate, Caleb Downs, Ruben Bain, Jordan Tyson, Mekhi Lemon, Kenyon Sadiq, Jacob Rodriguez, Denzel Boston, Casey Concepcion, D'Angelo Pond, shout out him, Jonah Coleman, and Elijah Surratt round out your 14 players to the 2026 NFL rookie class. So just wanted to give you guys an update on the players who you're going to see in some Adidas commercials and merch. Just want to give you guys a quick update with that as well.
We battle gang over here. So, but nah, that's a lot of. I'm trying to think who in there. Like, I mean, I'm happy for all those guys with the merch. I'm just trying to think. Anybody's Carnell Tate, maybe Caleb Downs. I tell you what, I'm not with. Like, just look at him. Like, who in all of that? They got him in the middle. He is the most unsaucy person on that picture. Like, who do you think I'm talking about, Jada?
Mendoza?
Oh yeah, he looks like the one. Like, he looks like the one who's responsible. Like, he looks like the dad from Modern Family. I just don't like. He's not who I would put as the. Maybe it gets. I don't. You know what? I'm going to say this, and I'm saying this with Londa. That's right. That he has all of the swag of the white park ball dad, like the really good organized park ball teams. He has all of that swag. Actually, pull that back up. Somebody put, don't most of these dudes play for Adidas schools? Pop it up. Indiana's Nike, right? Or was Indiana Adidas? Ohio State's Nike, USC's Nike, Oregon's Nike, Texas Tech's Nike, Washington's Nike. I don't know what Arizona State. I'm pretty sure that they're.
I'm pretty sure Arizona State is Adidas.
I know Texas A&M is Adidas.
Texas A&M is Adidas as well. Miami is Adidas. Miami is Adidas. I think Indiana's Adidas as well.
Adidas.
Let me check. I'm pretty sure Indiana's Adidas. Let me double check. Yep, the Indiana's Adidas as well. So it seems like it's a mixed split between the schools. So not all of them are from Adidas schools, but yeah, just wanted to share this with you guys before we get into something that's gonna make James and FSU fans sick to their stomach. Let's take a look at Bucky Brooks's top 5 defensive end prospects in this year's draft. FSU fans, don't look at number 4. We're just gonna skip past that name, but Ruben Bain, no surprise. Man,
we talked about that last week. But Bucky Brooks is going to continue. Like, it wasn't Bucky, it was somebody else that put Zion as a number 20 overall prospect. I mean, drafted 20th, man. Like, Zion just had a gift wrapped. But you want to know what's really funny though? Like, we knew he wasn't getting Bane, but we had a shot at him. Mesidor's from Canada, never really had that. But Falk and Zion Young were two guys we were really, really trying to get. Like, we thought we had Falk. Falk is the one, if I remember correctly, was it his aunt that really liked Florida State? It was something going on about with Falk, but we were supposed to get Falk. We thought we had a shot at. But Zion, we had a chance twice, and we did not pull the trigger on Zion both times.
Man, when you talk about these things, it looks like a common theme is keep being perpetuated. But I ain't gonna say it. But I don't know, man. From all these stories, it just seems like you said, can't pull that trigger. It sucks. It definitely sucks. But shout out to everybody on this list, man. Changing their lives, changing their families' financial situations. Shout out to all the hard work you put in it. Did you see the Ruben Bain Miami Pro Day tape, James? He was killing out there. Definitely one of the most agile DNs I've seen.
A lot of people are comparing him to the Ohio State guy and about how low he was to the ground without them putting up that Ruben Bain is already naturally low to the ground. Like, Ruben Bain is not a tall DN. Like, Ruben Bain is my height. Which again, people have to realize there's a difference between college and pro. I personally think Ruben Bain is an incredible college player. And I pray he'll be a good pro. Really doesn't bother me if he is or not. But it just doesn't bode well for guys that are typically that size, that don't have the arms, that don't have because everybody's so long. Pause. In the NFL, you have to have long arms. And like, he's not like D-Walk. D-Walk has long arms.
About Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald has long arms. Like, even me, like, people see my arm, like, see the biceps, and especially right now, man, it's looking poof. Tell you what, that stress cut a little bit of weight so I can wear these little slim, these felt type fits. I can scratch my kneecap standing up. You know how I know Trey's gonna be okay? I was looking at him the other day. The boy got orangutan arms too. His arms is like he's just standing straight up. Arms almost goes to. If you want to know if a guy's gonna be okay in sports, it's wingspan, because I can not only hit, I can extend and get you off of it. And it was it's just that's just kind of one of those things. But like, I hope it works out. But like, you do want guys there's a reason why there's always an exception to the rule. Now, what I will say Bain, like Walker, has is a motor. What D-Walk had was a motor and I told him, like, there was nothing sexy about D-Walk as far as like drafting him high, but he was productive in college because he didn't stop. And that's why he's still in the league now. Like, you have a motor like that, you'll be able to play forever. Yeah, man. That line. Insane.
Moving on, we got some QB news to discuss. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me, James. You can hear me on your end?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. So Adam Schefter posted these QB moves, and this occurred on the 24th, if I'm not mistaken. So these were the QB deals that happened that day. Zach Wilson is now on the Saints. Joe Flacco did sign a 1-year deal with the Bengals. He's staying. Trevor Siemian to the Falcons, and Andy Dalton to the Eagles. So just wanted to update you guys on those QBs and give you guys an update courtesy of Adam Schefter again on the playing rule proposals submitted by the NFL Competition Committee for consideration by clubs at next week's league meeting. So let's take a look at these proposals, excuse me. So 1, permit the kicking team to declare an onside kick at any time during the game. Eliminate the kicking team's incentive to intentionally kick the ball out of bounds when kicking off from the 50-yard line. Modify the kickoff alignment requirements for the receiving team in the setup zone. Allow league personnel to consult with on-field officials when considering disqualifications for both flagrant football acts and non-football acts without being called on the field. And for 1 year only, allow the NFL officiating department to correct clear and obvious misses by on-field officials that impact the game in the event of a work stoppage involving the game's officials represented by the NFL Referees Association. So these are going to be considered by the teams at next week's league meeting. So at a quick glance from these 5 proposals, James, what do you see? What are your thoughts about these 5 proposals on the screen?
I don't like 5.
Yeah, that one. Yep. Definitely agree with you on that one.
Fuck ups happen. 4 is fine. No, because I don't actually know. No, it's not. Because if you can't catch it in the like the gameplay, don't like. If I think I got away with something, don't call him in disqualified. Number 36 is disqualified because he slapped the bitch and we didn't see it. Like we didn't see it in the game, but we got it now. So like no, do your job. If you didn't catch me, that's part of the game. People get sneaky stuff all the time. I don't want to be nitpicking. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't like the I'm not a big fan of the way the kicking game is. So I don't really care what they do for that.
We have a retirement to discuss. And even though they are a Florida team, we do have to shout out an NFC South, former NFC South great at the linebacker position, and that is Lavonte David. So after 14 NFL seasons, Buccaneers linebacker Lavonte David announced his retirement from the league. Man, hopefully I'm praying he gets that Hall of Fame nod because what he did on the field for Tampa is insane. And check out this statistic as well. He is one of only 5 players in NFL history with at least 12 seasons of 100 plus tackles. He joins Bobby Wagner, London Fletcher, Ray Lewis, and Derek Brooks. Shout out. So, man, he definitely has a resume of like no other. And just that statistic alone, in my opinion, can get you in the Hall of Fame because he's with the greats right there. But, James, do you think Lavonte will become a Hall of Famer? He will get that gold jacket.
Man, he has the ring. I'm with Dion. He's good, right? But is he like when you look at is he Derek Brooks good? Like right now, actually, let's put it like this: if you're right now, the Jags have one Hall of Famer, right? Everybody that's next to the Jags bringing in next has to be on a level at least of Tony Baselli, right? Would you put I mean, it's just tough. Like when you sit back and think about and I don't even think Tony Baselli should have been it, personally. Not that he's not good, it's just that Tony Baselli had a short career. I'm gonna say some unpopular opinion. Listen, Kuechly just got in, right?
Yeah.
I know the Panthers had who's the guy? The Panthers just had somebody get in, if I remember correct. At linebacker. I know he was good. I remember him more than I remember him more for his career ending for concussions.
In second year of eligibility. Also,
in second ballot. Like you know how fucking T.O. that means T.O. number 2 all time got in his second year of eligibility.
That was
now, granted, it was because they hated him, but the point is like that's the standard. Like, I know who Levante David is. I know he was good. Is he Warren Sapp? Is he Derek Brooks? I also believe that Rondé Barber probably shouldn't be in. But I know Rondé Barber was good. Is Rondé Barber, when you talk about, I have never heard anybody say top 10 corners of all time and mention Rondé, or top 10 DBs and mention Rondé Barber.
Hall of Fame also,
now John Lynch.
Tyler.
That's what I'm saying. Like at a certain point, there has to it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. Basketball Hall of Fame doesn't mean you were good in the NBA. It just means you were good in basketball.
Yeah.
Like if it's just call it good in football.
I think
museum.
The injury factor and the fact that if you can last long, it gives people a big nod to the Hall of Fame jacket. That's why Emmitt Smith was.
But Emmitt Smith was at one point like that was Emmitt's the Jersey guys. Like you got to at least be one of the guys that like, man, my kid when we're writing gifts for Christmas, Dad, I want Levante's jersey. And I'm not saying that kids didn't. I'm just saying, is he somebody, don't give me the stats, because you know who's going to have those stats? Foye Aluakon.
Dying out as far as excitability, like that linebacker, you're either an edge rusher.
Right, but I'm saying but so that means even it's like guards and centers. Yeah. There's not a lot of them, but it's okay. It's like good ain't great. Good is not great. And people got to realize me saying you're not great is not a shot at you. It's just what it was. I wasn't great. When people actually say Florida State great, I correct them every time. Like, hey, whoa, wait a minute. I was good. Really, you can't don't put me in the same breath as Charlie Ward. That's disrespectful to Charlie Ward. We have to, there's got to be a differentiation. No, all pro. That really, to be honest with you, did you make all pro twice? Because it's all pro is only there's only one team. I'll give you that. Is Cam Newton a Hall of Famer? I don't think I think Cam Newton is a fucking good player. Really good player. Offensive player of the year. I don't think he is a Hall of Fame quarterback. Oh, well, fuck no. So that means he probably had no all pros.
Yeah, he's more of a compiler.
James Coleman's favorite modern day running back, Marshawn Lynch, has all of the metrics to be able to make the Hall of Fame. I think he hit over 10,000. He hit over 10,000. 10,000 yards rushing. He's not Hall of Fame material. Can you blow it up a little bit?
Yeah.
No, I'm with it. Okay, so let me step back real quick, and I'm going to apologize to Luke Kuechly. That's a shit ton of tackles.
Yeah,
That's a shit ton of tackles. That's a shit ton of tackles. Like when you look at these guys, so 14 years, 1,700, like 42, man. But again, different game. He's not murder.
Yeah.
He's not Zach Thomas. He's not Urlacher.
42 sacks.
That is very impressive, but it's a different game. They throw the ball more now. Like Derrick Brooks had 25 interceptions, but that Tampa 2 was nuts. Writers, you have to have mostly writers and Hall of Fame, I think members have a vote for the Hall of Fame. And you have to have a certain amount of people have to vote, I believe, vote you in. And that's the main thing. So, but like, I'm not hating. This is my opinion. I think he's a good football player. I think one Pro Bowl says it all. Because you know what's easier than getting in the Hall of Fame? Get into the fucking Pro Bowl. Like if you make the Super Bowl, you know what you're not. You could be a Pro Bowl nominated, but if you make the Super Bowl, you can't play in the Pro Bowl. So that automatically gets like it. What was it like? Shadur got to the Pro. Shadur Sanders has as many Pro Bowls as Levante David. Just for, and he didn't like just for, like just to put that in perspective. That's all. I'm not hating. And Patrick Willis was good. It's just, was he like iconic?
Puka is out here wilding, James. Puka Nacua has been in the media lately for all of the wrong reasons. I don't know whoever his team is, but everybody needs to get fired because they're not doing a good job of protecting his NIL, if you will. So there's a woman accusing Puka of biting her and saying, F all the Jews, quote. And they provided TMZ with evidence. She claims that after dinner, they entered a Sprinter van where Nacua became, quote, touchy-feely and eventually bit her on the shoulder, breaking skin. The alleged victim has filed for a temporary restraining order, but Nacua's attorneys have denied all claims.
Is when what happens when you watch Sinners. He's getting guy trying art imitating life, man. That's one thing.
And he also said CTE isn't real, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
I thought that was Skeetaboo.
I think they were in a tandem, if I'm not mistaken.
And honestly, I agree. I agree with him. I use CTE as a joke. We can talk about that. Let's get to the pool. I believe he bit the bitch. I think he says he bit her, but he says he didn't say the anti-Semitic part. That is just so. I want to believe the best in people sometimes. Like I just find that's a wild thing to do. Just imagine just somebody randomly bites you and say "fuck all Jews." I hang out with a lot of Palestinians, and I don't even think they'll do that. Like they ain't even about that life. It's just odd, like the things that people can sue you for, or the things that you get into. Like, you know what though? In all of this, Jaden, you know what? No, fuck that. You know what? He deserves it. He deserves to be punished. We this cannot stand. God damn it, we got to stand up for we have to we cannot be one. Anti-Semitic also means you cannot, like, it's not just anti-Israel or Jewish. Anti-Semitic is anti all Arabic speaking nations. But I stand with Israel in punishing Puka Nacua. His contract needs to be terminated, and the NFL needs to take it a step further and go in and suggest that he has to play a minimum of 3 years under $3 million. And let's do something like bringing him to a place where he has to learn how to treat Jewish people better. And what better place to do that than Jacksonville? And sign him. He needs to play for Jacksonville Jaguars. I think that that's the proper punishment for biting women and saying, I hate all Jews, whatever he said. He needs to have to play for Jacksonville. He needs to be punished and learn his lesson by its service penance to the Jewish community by moving to Florida. But don't put him in Miami where all the Jewish people, Jewish people, because that's going to be too hard for him. Let's just get him a little closer, like just get him here so we can learn how to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my opinion. But as far as CTE goes, I believe in brain damage.
Yes.
I believe that if I run into the human body was not designed to run into other humans at 17 to 22 miles, 17 to 22 miles per hour with protective gear. I believe that over time, things are going to shake a little bit. I'm cool with it. That is true. CTE, let's fact check me as we go down this line. Can we Google the doctor who got that Will Smith played? Like, for the whole tell the truth. Didn't he win an Oscar for that shit too? You know what that doctor does now? What he is? He's no longer a doctor. He's a televangelist. When Myron Roll passes, or when I pass, I'm fine with it. I want to be burned anyway. I don't want to be buried. And you can have my organs or whatever. Don't really care. But I know I wouldn't be a good candidate. I do drugs. I smoke. I drink. And I have a lot of other things that I have going on. But, like, I'm not a terrible person. Have you ever seen a good person die and they say CTE? Like, that's what I want to know. The people with CTE are all terrible people. And they sprinkle, and what happens is we don't want to believe our family members and our loved ones are terrible people, right? It has to be something else. So we sprinkle CTE on it. And it makes us believe, oh, okay, well, that they couldn't have just done something bad or evil. It had to be something. It's the Christians. It's the Christians. I was possessed by a demon.
Two things.
So, like I'm saying, you want to tell me that my brain is damaged because I got in a car? That happens. But, and also, we looked it up, I believe, on this. Do you know where the highest instances of concussion, because CTE is brought on by concussions, right? We don't go around seeing girl soccer players with CTE. You know what sport has just as high occurrence of concussions as football does? It's girl soccer. We don't talk about it with hockey. We don't talk about it with other sports. We only talk about it with football because it's popular and it is easy to it's another reason to create a stigma and demonize. Here's what the truth is. All the people who have died and they sprinkle CTE on it, you know what else they were? Heavy drinkers, heavy drug abusers, heavy smokers. They also show that people who, for those of you guys who have metformin, who are diabetic like I am, heavy usage of metformin over the years will give your brain the same effects of CTE as playing football, allegedly. The same brain damage and degeneration. So what does that, when I look at those things without being a doctor, what can I deduce? Is that maybe CTE is a little at the most a little fabricated.
I just think like he's sprinkled on too many things that we don't.
Right.
The actual issue behind.
Like the issue was he drank a lot and he had other mental issues.
According to looking up, was originally started in the boxing world. That's where they first got the case. But as he said, and you can find that most studies are done with NFL players. And again, that's probably because of the popularity of the sport, which also gives you more money to do the research if you're, granted grants for the more popular things. So it's kind of natural that NFL would take on the more.
The shakes, like Muhammad Ali got the shakes because he got hit in the head a lot.
Yeah, you could.
I believe
like
it. Yeah. I believe it. Did he die of CTE? No, he had Parkinson's because he got hit probably a lot. Well, so did Michael J. Fox. It's just a lot of things that I think, again, I don't want to believe. Again, I'm watching this show, Invincible. Is his dad a terrible person because he's a Viltrumite?
Oh my God, he's so bad, James. Do not cape up for this. He is a terrible father.
That's what I'm saying. But again,
terrible person.
He's just a terrible father. Have you watched more than the first season?
Yeah.
Okay, he's been gone basically for the last 2 seasons. So like I'm getting into season 3. It's actually really, really good.
He has a arc, arc.
He has redeeming qualities. The one that I'm really mad about is what's his name? The OG the Viltrumite of all Viltrumites. Not Chaos is with a C.
Right here, balding.
Yeah, like he's dope. I love his like he is sadistic. Some people are just sadistic. I don't Conquest. I'm gonna be honest. Like, again, senior, right? James Coleman Senior. I don't want to hear shit about the CTE with him. He's fucking crazy. That's it. That's all I know. I know he's crazy. Don't sprinkle. I don't want no explanations about, well, your dad was this and that. Okay, well, whatever. The motherfucker crazy. But so for again, CTE is up there. Now this will give me. I want to say it. CTE is up there with postpartum women. CTE is right up there with that. I don't believe in it. You can't use it's not admissible in court. I can't go. You can't, like when people, you don't understand. No, you cussed me out because you felt like fucking cussing me out, and your hormones might have been out of whack. But if you go and kill somebody with road rage because of damn postpartum, try that shit in court if you want to. And they gonna say, "Oh, well, I'm sorry about you. Let's get you the help you need, baby." 10 to 15. That's what that's what's going to happen to you. If I go and do that, if I go and go crazy and be like, well, Your Honor, for 4 years, I played football. I was a fullback. They called me a collision. There's articles written about me, collision expert. I can't use that in court. I can't. I promise you they won't let me use CTE. They gonna still put me in the booty house. I'm still going to jail, dog. They're gonna say, "Damn, wow." But they're gonna do what is it? The world's smallest violin. Everybody crazy until they meet crazy. And that's all I'm saying is my bad. So I get them with the CTE part. I do believe women go through a lot. I just want to preface that you do go through a lot with pregnancy. Our hormones. There are hormones. There's all kinds of things that are out of whack. I'm just saying sometimes doesn't excuse bad behavior.
Right. Your
Like-
feelings
like,
are no reason
yeah.
to hurt me.
Yeah. Don't cut me. Don't bleed on me if I ain't cut you. But a lot of times people want to say, hey, man, it's a terrible person. I don't want to believe my loved one is a terrible person. So I got to put something like this. But my bad. That was my concussion.
Speaking of crazy, it looks like Dan Orlovsky has been in the media lately for a wild reason. So he made the bold claim that, quote, I think Ty Simpson is the best QB in this class, unquote.
That's, you know what? My bad. Can I take back what I said about CTE?
You think he got it when he ran out the end zone?
Yeah, man. Like, Dan be saying some wild shit, dog. Like,
don't worry, because his reasoning and rationale is even crazier. But before I play the video, I just want to shout out the internet soldiers, the Twitter soldiers out there, because they uncovered and revealed that Dan is represented by CAA, and so is Ty Simpson. So just keep that in mind once you hear this horrible logic. And you know it's bad when Pat McAfee is the one hitting you with the logic. So let's watch this video and see how Orlovsky defends himself and his fellow CAA mate, Ty Simpson.
We boots on the ground saw Fernando through the biggest games, and it's just like everything about him just screams.
What biggest games, Pat?
Huh?
What biggest games?
The college football playoffs.
Now you're playing possum.
No, you're right. Those SEC games are bigger than the fucking playoff games, Dan.
Am I allowed to ask questions and have an opinion?
They
as well?
played each other head to head.
Okay, Dan, do you just have so the college football playoffs a big mockery, a scam, doesn't mean anything. These games just don't matter. Like, what do you mean? What are the biggest games? They have a full fucking committee. They have billions of dollars in TV rights for what the biggest games are.
Okay, and so no, I'm aware of that, dude. Like, you guys, okay, so in the biggest games, so the college football playoffs started, and they played opening.
Well, you can start at the Big Ten championship, I guess. You can say Big Ten.
Okay, Big Ten championship. Okay, Big Ten championship. In that game, they're down 13-6 going into the fourth quarter. Indiana.
And then what?
Boom.
So do they win that game?
And then what, brother?
But yes. But
we're talking about all the moments. You're talking about traits. It's like, okay, how about second and 17?
6 points through the first three quarters. People.
Ohio State's defense is a historic defense. Like, what are we even talking about?
People crucified Arch Manning for doing that on the road.
Crucified Arch Manning. Arch Manning's not a part of this conversation.
Well, if you go by that too, like Indiana beat Alabama, 38-0. I mean, it's, you know.
Okay. So we're just picking and choosing.
No. You
yeah. And this is why people say you're getting paid to do this. You know what I mean, Dan?
No, because I'm giving you factual information, not opinion. They had 6 points through the first three quarters in the Big Ten title game.
Against Ohio State, look up who their defense is. Look up what that defense is. That's like one of the greatest defenses in the history of football. And then what did he do? Then what did he do, Dan?
The biggest moment.
And what did he do, Dan?
The biggest court.
Charlie Becker.
I think he threw the post to start the second half, which is a great throw and a great recognition.
And a huge moment after getting beat. So mental toughness is there. And then obviously being able to take a shot. He cracked his rib on the first play. I mean, there's just like, you know, because then you're going to hold injuries on the other side. It's like, well, how about first play a Big Ten championship guy gets this and then takes 2 plays off. Oh, wow, I just got cracked. No pause, he said on our show. And then he jogs back out there. It's like, is that not a trait? I don't know. You tell me.
Of course it's a trait. No one's questioning if he's a tough guy or a good player.
Wait a minute. Hold on. All right. So I'm trying to find this point. So let's just erase. If only like there was an opportunity to see what Ty Simpson did when he was going head to head with Fernando Mendoza. Like, if only there was a game, if only there was like an opportunity, like to see, sometimes it's hard. These hypothetical situations suck, you know? Is there if only there was a chance to see what happened, when he actually played against a guy like Fernando Mendoza. And he brought up, and ironically, did he say 6 points against Ohio State? If
In the
only
Big
there was
Ten.
an opportunity or time when Ty Simpson only scored 6 points against a defense that is known to be good, but nowhere near as good as Ohio State. In a championship game. Oh, shit, my bad. Alabama played in the SEC championship. Alabama played Georgia in the SEC championship game. You know how many points, family, Fernando, that Ty Simpson scored in that game? I'll tell you, it's 28-7. Georgia won 28-7. Fernando Mendoza threw 1 touchdown, and he also threw an interception. He was 19 for 39 with a completion percentage under 50% for 212 yards. But going back to the situation, because I don't want this to get lost. If only there was a situation when he played up against a team that wasn't as good a defense as Ohio State or Georgia, but was pretty good, and he showed what he was doing head to head. Alabama scored 3 American football points against Indiana University. He talked about through a half. It's still good. He still has not scored a touchdown. Ty Simpson did not score a touchdown against Indiana. Might have got hurt. Don't know what happened, but he was 12 for 16. Austin Mack finished the game 11 for 16. More yards, no touchdowns scored. Ooh, you want to know what's sexy? 14 for 16, 192 yards, 3 touchdowns. You know who that was? That wasn't Ty Simpson. That was Fernando Mendoza. Head to head, you got your guy that you're saying is better got his ass whooped. Like, you would have been better off just saying, I like his measurable. Because then that's all opinion. You can't go and say, I'm just bringing facts. No, motherfucker, you're not. Like, the facts are here. And this is coming from a guy who would tell you don't take Fernando Mendoza as number 1 overall.
Hell no.
Like, this is the worst time to take a quarterback number 1 overall.
Right.
Styles make fights, different things of that nature. But and on top of that, the man lost 4 games. One of them to Florida State. And I don't remember him looking good against Florida State either.
We prove time and time again, not evaluate quarterback. We just don't know what we're doing.
That's true. But just don't piss on me and tell me it's raining. All that shit.
I never seen an old boy
frustrated,
angry like that. Embarrassed. It was a little revealing.
He actually did pretty good against Florida. Well, his completion percentage was trash. He was 23 for 43, 254 yards. But one of them was a big play. He's had some big moments. But come on, dog. You're literally arguing in the last game he went up against Mendoza and lost 38-3. Just crazy. Yeah. It's wild.
Wild times for sure. And it is time for our Big Games BS section for the day, where we bring the scope of the conversation outside of the typical football world. So we have our BS or Bussin' food review segment. If you're new to the show, we're going to put a food item on the screen, and we want you guys and James to say BS or Bussin'. So for everybody in the chat, put BS if you think the food looks trash, or put Bussin' if you think the food looks real good in the chat. We need you to spam it, and we asked James to do the same thing live on the air. So we're going to keep on keeping on with the MLB ballpark themed meals. So today, Miles, I don't know if you are a Red Sox fan, but this food item is from the Boston Red Sox team. So let's take a look at this one right here. Going to share it with you guys. So the Red Sox will be serving their lobster poutine at Fenway Park this year. This ballpark food features crispy fries, lobster meat, clam chowder, and crisp bacon, all served in a custom lobster boat. Now, James, is this lobster poutine BS or busting?
I don't want lobsters and potatoes.
It's good though. I don't really love lobster compared to crab, but that look good.
And clam chowder as well.
I like clam chowder. I'm okay with lobster. I like lobster fried with some butter. Like there's Three Forks used to have this. Like they have this lobster that they'll fry and like it was really really good. But I just don't want. I like all of those things individually. I don't know if I actually probably give me clam chowder and potatoes. But like again, my only issue is one of my goals I do want to do with my boys is I do want to, maybe more so my grandkids. I probably do it with the boys. Wait till they have kids. I want to go to I want to be in every NBA arena, every NFL stadium, every baseball stadium. You know, just one of those things where you just kind of go and just remember it. The problem is I don't like sitting in Gen Pop. I can't see myself sitting in Gen Pop enjoying this. Now, if I'm in a box, this is amazing. How you didn't like box? You can enjoy a fine meal in a box, but I also know what quality lobster is. I ain't getting the good. I'm not getting the good lobster, and the way my body's been acting in my older age. When I gotta go Papa John's, better ingredient, better pizza. The worse the ingredients are, the more pain I feel later on. So like, you know, I'm gonna go with BS on my part, but I see a lot of people like it as busted and
good.
Cool.
I don't know how that box is gonna hold up though.
It can't. If it's good clam chowder, that box is gonna get soggy. Man.
Yeah, that's the whoa.
But a good old poutine is supposed to soak it up. I do know that. But did you find it? Have you seen the Drewski skit, Jaden?
Yeah.
One, Drewski is amazing.
I think, but I don't be laughing as much. I just be like, wow.
That's more. I think he's not going for it. I think that's what he's going for now.
Yeah.
What I said was, wow, that's really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and I think I don't think, I can only say it like this, is a generalization. So if this isn't you, take yourself out of this, okay? I don't think white people really know what blackface is and what makes blackface offensive.
I get it.
And there's multiple examples of where blackface did not blow up in the person's face. And even when people try to get mad, people go and defend it. The people that should be offended, right? Perfect example of blackface done perfect would be Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. And they not only did they set up the context of why it was wrong, because he took black people's, the whole purpose of is that he's a good actor. He likes to challenge himself and he wanted to be a black person. And it was offensive in the movie because he took the role and that away from other black people. Like, so you got to understand the context in the movie.
Satire.
And it's a parody, if you will. And even in that, one of the most iconic moments in the movie is when the black man says the N-word, he slaps him and tells him, But 400 years, that word has held us down. The white man had to slap sense into the black man. So that's what we want to put that up first, right? Second time I've ever seen it where it was done very, very well was in 30 Rock. It is one of the best. Because again, what I remember is, what's his name? The white man. He's like, nobody had. He's like, it was who has it tougher, white women or black men. Tracy Morgan acted like a white woman, and then the counterpart, I don't remember her name. I don't think it was Tina Fey. It was somebody else. Dressed up like a black man, afro, everything, and it wasn't offensive. Alec Baldwin as well, right?
Yeah, Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin said the greatest line. He said, "None of you white men have it worse because we have to hear everybody's problems and solve them." And I was like, "Yo, that is so funny." But I can see where his point was coming from, because you're in control and everybody comes to you because they want a piece of your control. And it feels like oppression. Progression feels like oppression when the world was designed for you. It's offensive when you only take the negative stereotypes of said demographic. You paint what you think are bad, the big lips, the dark skin. Like, there was a guy who lost a contract to Florida State, and they're like, well, he was trying to be Bob Marley. He painted his face black and just put dreads on and said he was Bob Marley. Bob Marley's lighter than me. And that's the problem is you go for the darkest. You go for you go for things that aren't real. And you don't even know black people that look like the things that you are. Or you'll paint yourself black and then put yourself in prison stripes. Or you'll go and you'll do the things like, and have you ever noticed that when people, like White Chicks, the movie White Chicks, oh, that's whiteface. So they try to, the new, which is funny because it's never the woke culture when they do it.
Right.
It's never snowflake-ish when you do it. But here's the case. Here's the thing. They pretended to be rich white girls, not trailer trash. They pretended to be rich. Like, have you ever noticed that when other people imitate you, it's always from a position of aspiration? Like, I wouldn't mind being I told a white person, they said, you wouldn't trade with, at the time, you wouldn't trade with me. I said, I made 6 figures, got good credit, and I'm a former athlete. You're old, white, and mid, and you wouldn't trade with me. Because you know the world designed for you. But White Chicks, even what Drewski did, and then Drewski actually had the wherewithal to, like, when he did the NASCAR thing, I actually thought he was white. Like, the makeup, it was crazy how good it was. But it's like, are you really, like, because I asked, like, what was offensive about what he did? Because he literally verbatim almost did exactly what Erica Kirk did for her husband's celebration. Like, are you offended that you treated the man who was the love of your life's death as like a pep rally? Yeah. For again, a pep rally for white exceptionalism. And another person did a parody of it, which should, in theory, prove what you feel you are. Except for if you feel you're actually inferior and it's not really. Which a lot of the stuff really comes down to it. Even the Drewski parody. It's like you know at the end of the day, you'll never be Erica Kirk. Still hilarious.
Drewski's not
and
first. He still had Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh, he does every Arab Middle Eastern stereotype. And what the wildest part about all of this with the Drewski skit is, if Drewski only did, like, again, even with the blackface people, if all you did was black, if all Drewski did was imitate white people, that's offensive. You know what Drewski does? He literally imitates everybody. Caribbean women, Latino women, frat boys, like all. That's what he does these skits and like shit. Hey, or if you don't like it, turn it off.
You like Scarface? Those are all Jewish men.
Well, Pacino is Italian.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not Cuban.
But I'll say this though,
the
funniest. Or you want to know what? Oh, the Christian skit he did was wild with the pastors. Like he spit on the dude. Like, get the fuck off. Did you pay your tithes? Nah. But what Andy Garcia, right? Andy Garcia, all he's played is Italian people. The motherfucker Spanish.
Yeah, that's what I be saying.
You know what that you know how racist Hollywood is? Man, you're fair skinned. All fair skinned people are alike. All you pales, Italian, Spanish, love languages. Get in there. Do your thing.
Pacino's accent was awful.
But you want to know how racist most of us black people are? The first time I ever heard that, Miles, was when your sister told me that the Spanish accent was awful. I thought that shit was spot on. That's what Spanish people sound like to us.
That's what.
You kidding me or what?
That's so over. Oh my God.
What are you? Okay. Say hello to my little friend. We like, yeah, that's the Spanish dude. That Poppy from the corner store, from the bodega. That's him. All I have in this world are my balls and my word, and I don't bust them for nobody.
There's people like that.
Hey,
that's like being like.
It's, you know what I get mad at? What black people get, we get mad too. We just don't do it like y'all do. I'm mad that at Franklin Saint. Hate that motherfucker's British.
Oh yeah, that hurt.
I'm still mad at Idris. Idris sound gooder than a motherfucker. Like he sound more American black than I did.
There's a little bit of turd of talent complex where it's like, look, guys, certain people don't have the comedic or artistic talent to pull it off, and we can leave it at that. Right. The people who made it without getting too much hate is because they had the comedic and artistic talent to pull it off. You just going on and painting your face has no thought to it, no artistic merit. So therefore, you could not pull it off.
Onda puts up a really good point. Nobody was worse than Cool Runnings. All them Jamaican accents was awful. Feel the rhythm, feel the ride. It was so. You know what? I'm the furthest from Jamaican or Caribbean, and I'm offended right now. But when I was a kid, when it was coming out, you couldn't tell me that wasn't Jamaicans. They had dreads. My man from New York Undercover was in it. I know you don't sound like no damn Jamaican. It's just like, if you don't like, the best part about being American is the fact that we have so many cultures here. And the one consistent thing about being around a bunch of different cultures is that you can actually like you have to mimic them when you're around people. If you're around a bunch of Chinese people, you're gonna sound Chinese. Like, even they did it in Sinners. In Sinners, Sinners was one of the great, again, and the problem is when you come at black people, like black Americans are the worst ones to come after because everybody steals our style. And we're the most accepting people ever. Sinners, you got the damn Chinaman. Sound like he from there.
Hip hop at these pep rallies too. I think he touched on that.
Definitely trust. He played not 42 Doug. Was it 42 Doug? Yeah, like he played some like they not like, you try to put they not like the fuck. The song was made. I don't even like Kendrick Lamar like that, but the song was made because you're not like them. Like, and the craziest part, well, what if I did this? And the wildest thing of like not understanding, Charlie Kirk made fun of George Floyd. Y'all literally just had Barack Obama and Michelle Obama on monkeys or on apes or whatever, and saying it, and like you literally just did this a couple weeks ago and said it was okay. It was just a joke. It was in good faith. But then when this is done, which literally, clearly some money was put into that. The only thing I would say is that Erica Kirk's jaw is nowhere near as square as his. And it's never the one, you know, they don't ever go back and say that you get offended by. Nobody's ever offended by Dave Chappelle's skit of the black man in the KKK. Like, man, you know what? He got us. That was, yeah, hell yeah. He really hit it on the head on that one. Like, you mad when he like, again, tell me what was offensive about it, and I want to be offended with you. I always tell people, I want to be mad too. The day is going too great. They can't even explain it. They don't know, oh, you put on some white skin. Like, man, if I saw a kid and he went, now again, actually, I want to be dark skinned. So, like, if a kid came up and put some tar on his skin, it had dreads, it had an MFTK cap on, and wore a number 36, I might dap that little motherfucker up.
You got to be funny enough.
But if it's the thing is do it right. If you do it right, we'll be all right.
Yeah, put some work in.
I had actually, you know what? It reminds me of Big Ty Williams. Big Ty Williams, God rest his dead, played left tackle for Florida State. Years, like when I was in my freshman year too. Played for the Tennessee Titans. Darkest man you'll ever see. Matter of fact, I met Ty my senior year on my visit. Ty had one gold tooth in college. Obviously, everybody knows your teeth. Shout out to Smile Society. Your teeth are right here, right? So they're right here. Ty had one gold tooth and it was in the center of his mouth. I don't know how the gold tooth was right here. In order for me to accurately portray Todd, I would have to put somebody in blackface. That's how. And again, we talk about it on the show. Marvin Harrison Jr. looks like a blackface character. Like, there are people who I've said, like, in taste is good. But, like, Todd said to somebody, you a funny guy. But what happens when them jokes ain't funny no more? So it made the guy really think about life.
Yeah, he's like, damn, I gotta be funny. Or else I'm
or he's gonna kill. Court jesters were killed.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what a comedian is a court jester.
He'll die
if he's not funny. The problem is that shit was maybe not funny. It was done in good. It was a really good thing. It hit. And what they say, hit dogs will holler. Drewski kind of looked like it was a little darker.
Face was scary looking.
Like, it just, like, she had the surgeries and stuff, but then she got big because, like, she out-ate the surgery. It's just like, I was like, ugh. You ever see some people like that make you think bad about your decisions in life, but then you got to go look at pictures and be like, they didn't look like that.
I don't look at my.
They might be good people. She's not, but they might be good people. But it's kind of like, you're like, ugh. I go. But dog Jib is in this chat. He knows exactly what I'm talking about too. But it's like that. Anyways, man, appreciate you guys for coming up and hanging out with us. Hanging out with us here on this Friday, especially on the YouTubes. Make sure y'all go check out the shorts and the different things of that nature. This weekend got good tournaments. Hope everybody has a great weekend. See you guys on Monday, and again, appreciate you chopping up with us. We'll see you guys next.